Real funny guy. That's what he said. He's like, fuck my dad.
All right, everybody. It is 4 o'clock, so we will get started. One last request for those of you that have joined us in the last minute or so. Please double check to make sure that your audio is muted, whether you're on your phone or you're listening through your computer. Just mute your audio so that we can get through it without a lot of background noise and interruptions. A lot of new names on this webinar. So for those of you who I have not had the opportunity to meet, my name is Mark Montini. I work on the marketing team here at Floor Coverings International, and I'm really excited to kick off this series of 4 calls over the next 5 weeks, specifically focused on local marketing. I promised everyone that we would have an hour on each of these 4 calls, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time with an introduction. I'm going to jump right in and introduce the boot camp. First of all, I wanted to go through sort of what our schedule is going to be. So today on the May 13th call, session number 1, we're going to focus on realtors. And as I talked about in the emails that were promoting this, we're going to spend about 20 minutes on training, about 30 minutes on practical exercises, and then about 10 minutes on a very quick wrap up and next steps, each of these 4 calls. The next call will be on May 20th. Then we'll skip the Monday that is Memorial Day, and we'll pick back up on June 3rd, and then again on June 10th. All of those calls will be at 4 p.m. Eastern. I know some of you are asking, well, what are the topics on May 20th, June 3rd, and June 10th? I knew you would be asking that question. I also know that many people would pick and choose which ones they wanted to be on based on topics. So show up at the May 20 and you'll find out what that topic is, and same for the June 3rd and the June 10th. But today we are going to be talking about realtors and what you can do to begin to drive your realtor marketing locally. Real quick, guys, I'm going to ask again, please mute your audio. All right. Also, I would encourage you all now, if you haven't done so already, on the screen share, find the chat box, because you're going to be using the chat box here very soon for an opportunity to win some pretty significant prizes. So we'll ask you to communicate with us via chat. But let's jump in to the realtor section of this. And I wanted to start by talking really about the economics of realtors and what is the power that can be driven for your business when we look at focusing your attention squarely on realtors. So I wanted to ask a question, and this is where you need to have your chat box ready. If you, or if your business is able to find one realtor every month, and that realtor can refer one customer to your business every month for the next 12 months, how much revenue will that generate over the next 12 months for your business? So I'm going to take 30 seconds right now, and I'm going to let you enter your best guess in the chat box, and whoever has the closest guess to the reality, they will win a $25 Amazon.com gift card. So again, if you were to recruit one realtor every month, and that realtor referred one customer to you every month, how much revenue would have been generated for your business in the next 12 months? $10 or $25 Amazon gift card to whomever guesses the closest by posting that amount on chat. And that's going to give me time to figure out who on the line doesn't know how to mute. All right, 5 more seconds for your answers. All right, so no more guesses. Taylor is going to start calculating and see who wins, but the answer to that question is $468,000. So if you were to recruit one realtor every month, and that realtor referred only one customer every month to you, over the next 12 months, that alone would generate $468,000 in revenue for your business. Now, as Taylor begins to calculate, I am going to give you another opportunity to win another $25 Amazon gift card. Let's extend this beyond just the next 12 months. So let's say that you've done that for 12 months. You've recruited one realtor every month, and that realtor refers one customer every month, and you've got your $468,000 in the first 12 months of doing that. If you stopped doing that, how much revenue would that activity generate for you in months 13 through months 24, again in year 2? So if you did that over the next 12 months and then you stopped doing it, how much revenue would be generated for your business in year 2 if you didn't build another single relationship? We'll give you about 40 seconds to input your answer there. Whoever is the closest will get a $25 Amazon gift card.
Mark, if there's a tie for the exact amount, do you take the one who said it earliest?
Then they must be cheating, or they have quick math.
Yeah.
I would check when they submitted it, and then we'll give them both a gift card.
Cool.
Is the last name Hartman? Because if so, we don't even need to check.
Hartman got the second one correct. The first one, there's a tie for 2 people.
All right. 10 seconds left to get your answers in. Yeah, if it's a tie, we'll just give it to both of them. All right, no more guesses. So again, if you recruit one realtor every month for 12 months, and each of those realtors refers one customer to you every month, then you will have created $468,000 in the 12 months that you were doing that. If you then stopped doing that and you didn't do any more realtor recruitment, all of that work you did in month 1 through 12 would produce $864,000 in revenue for you in months 13 through 24. Now, I know there are some people on the call that are saying, okay, he's a marketing guy. He probably doesn't understand math very well. Those numbers don't make any sense at all. Well, I've got a handy dandy little spreadsheet here to real quickly show you how this compounds. Just like they taught us about investing in your future and saving for your retirement, what you see here is a grid that shows if you recruit a realtor in May and they refer one customer to you every month through next May, they will have produced revenue June, July through May of next year. And then if you recruit another one in June, they'll produce revenue in July. If you recruit another in July, they'll produce revenue in August, and you see how that works. What that means is at the end of the year, you will have $468,000 generated just in that year. And if you look in the bottom right-hand corner, you'll see that at the end of that year, that program is generating $72,000 a month. And if you take 72,000, which in technology terms is called a run rate, if you take a $72,000 monthly run rate and multiply it times 12 months, that's how you get to the $864,000. Now, the reason I started here is I wanted to communicate the impact that this can have on your business as a means of encouraging everyone on the call to make an appropriate commitment of their time and of their resources to this program. Because this, in essence, becomes recurring revenue for your business. Remember that if you do this for 1 year, the next year it produces $864,000. All of the digital marketing that you do, all of the network marketing that you do, all of the repeat business that you get, all of the additional marketing that you do on top of this is added on top of that $864,000. So this, in essence, becomes the foundation for your business to catapult to the next level. And one of the challenges our owners communicate to me time and time again is they just can't find the time in their business to commit the resources to do this. But when you look at the economic impact this can have on your business, both short-term and long-term, it's really hard to argue that there's much more important stuff you could be doing in your business day in and day out. this one simple program of one realtor every month who refers one customer every month, which is perfectly reasonable, sets a foundation for you to hit $2 and $3 and $4 million rapidly in the future. So I wanted to make sure before we jumped into the details that everyone understood what was at stake. Whoever just took the phone call, would you please mute?
Yes, this is Beatrice speaking.
You seal it. So you, yeah, anything that you're gonna put behind, even with that natural stone.
Yes, so
you're gonna
yes, I apologize. We have been trying to get a hold of our rep.
Hang on one second, guys.
Just notified
Yeah,
us
Mark,
that
you should be able to mute
she
her.
switched to another state. So I am actually in the process of trying to find out who the
I
rep
think everybody's muted
It is
that I see.
still in stock.
Mark, if you make me a host, I can go through and mute people.
But I am still
I see
in
several.
the process of trying to figure out if it's in the mill as far as being able to produce and shipment cost and so forth. So it could be within the next hour.
My apologies, everybody. Hang on.
Mhm.
Beatrice.
We do both. We do both with vendors directly, and we can also deal with installations as well. I just
Founder. Thank you, Jackie. Okay. All right, now back to the presentation. So the economics of this and the impact it can have on your business is absolutely significant. So how can we capitalize on this? Oh yeah, before I move forward talking about capitalizing on it, I wanted to make sure you all caught the fact that your estimate for how much you'd spend on marketing would be slim to none for this program. So $864,000 of revenue. Yep.
Can you share your screen again? I'm sorry.
Yep. I can do that. Thank you, Jackie. So if you look and you think about that $864,000 and the amount of marketing spend you would have to make, obviously we all know that it is minimal. So that is the key and the secret to making this work. The economics are huge. So give me a second and I'm going to restart my presentation. So 3 steps that we're going to run through today to be able to very quickly begin working with realtors. Number 1, build your list. Number 2, reach out to the realtors on your list and express your interest. And then number 3, show your commitment to those realtors by communicating to them over and over and over again. So let me give you a real quick breakdown of each of these. First of all, build your list. I'm going to walk you through very quickly 4 really practical tools. Many of you already know about them, but some of you may get introduced to them for the first time or may see intricacies that you didn't know before. But there's Google.com, Google Maps, Zillow.com, and Realtor.com are 4 that I would recommend. So let's take a quick look at what you can do because it is very simple. If you go to Google.com and you Google realtors in Buford, Georgia, which is where I sit today, if you choose all of the cities or one of the cities in your territory and you Google that, as you know, you're going to get a list of a whole lot of realtors, including some that are created by sites like Yelp. Thumbtack will have some in here. Home Advisor may have some in here. You can very quickly get a list of realtors that are in your area that you could reach out to build a relationship. The second thing that you can do is you can use Google Maps. So once you're logged into your Gmail account.
How do you keep skipping a question? How do you keep skipping questions? I press go to the next one before you answer the question.
Could you mute, please, if you're talking about skipping questions?
Correct.
Okay, so if you log into your Gmail account, you're able to go over here to where it says Google Apps. And if you click on that, there's an app for Maps. If you click on Maps, you can do the same search, but it shows you the location. So this particular map is where I'm sitting currently. And if I search for realtors, it's going to show me all of the realtors that are registered in Google around me. And obviously I can zoom in or I can zoom out and I can see more. Now, the cool part about this is that you can actually go in and begin to save these. So if you click over here on the menu on Google Maps, you're able to see something called Your Places. I can go to Your Places and I can actually create a list that says under Saved that pet stores, or in this case, I could say realtors. And so now I've created a list for realtors. And when I go back, you'll see I have realtors there. When I go back and I search for realtors, when I pull one up, I'm actually able to save it to my realtors list. So now every time I go back in, I can see that realtor list on my map. If you have teams that are working on this, you may have seen this earlier, that when you look at my places and the list under Save, I have the ability to share the list. So I can share it with others on my team, and then that way, as it gets updated, we all see the same target. So it's another way to be able to find realtors nearby. When you look at Zillow, and the same thing on realtor.com, you can simply type in a city name or a zip code, and it will show you all of the listings. So it'll show you all of the listings in the area. You have an opportunity on these to see which listings generally are the realtors that you might want to work with. And when you click on a listing in Zillow, you can go down and very quickly see who is the listing agent. And then a little bit lower in the listing, you'll see the listing agent's contact information. So as you scroll down, it'll have some ads for other agents, but it will give you the contact information for the listing agent. If you really wanted to go after it, you could even go through the photos and see if maybe this house needed new floors, but really what we're focused on is the relationship with the realtor. Now, there are also a setting on Zillow where you can go in and you can save it to show only open houses. So if you look here, I can set a save search in Zillow and I can only see open houses. And then I can build the schedule to go and meet realtors there. Same thing with realtor.com. It's a little bit of a different interface, but it's the same way for you to be able to build a list of realtors based on the property types that you want. And then you can also, as you go in, you can go in and sort by open house date. And it will show you on realtor.com all the open houses that are coming up in the near future. And you can use that as an opportunity to potentially meet a realtor. Regardless of how you do it, those are 4 easy ways to be able to build a list of realtors for your business that you can target. Now, once you've got your list, the second thing is you want to reach out to them. Now, there's nothing complicated about it. Here's a sample script. Just pick up the phone and call and say, hey, I'm Mark Montini. I'm calling from Floor Coverings International here in Beaufort. I'd like to schedule a few minutes with you this week to introduce myself to you. We could meet for coffee, or I could just swing by your office. What's a convenient day for you? There's no real magic to that script other than the fact it's very simple. I'm not selling. I'm just asking for an opportunity to get in front of them and to introduce myself. And sometimes the first answer will be yes, and you'll get the meeting scheduled. But most of the time, you won't have an opportunity to even get a hold of them on this call, or they won't be willing or able to schedule at that time. And that's where we get to step 3, which is you show your commitment by calling them back every week, by stopping in their offices, and or by stopping in their open houses until they're willing to meet with you and you have an opportunity to build that relationship. So it's real simple. Significant revenue opportunity if we have a plan and set a goal to be at 1 realtor every month who can refer 1 customer every month. And if you don't think that's possible, and I hope you do because it's not that significant, even if you divide those numbers in half, it's still significant revenue for your business. Once you build the list, you reach out to the realtor to set up a time to meet with them. When you reach out to the realtor to set up a time to meet with them, you go and meet with them. If they won't set up a time, you continue to show your commitment by calling them back, by stopping in their office, and or visiting their open houses. So now that my 20 minutes is up, almost to the second, we're going to shift into the practical side of this and have 30 minutes of exercises. So here's exercise number 1. We'd like for everyone on the call to use what we just talked about to build a list of 10 new realtors that you're going to target in your territory. Now, when I say new realtors, I don't mean they're literally new realtors. I mean they're not realtors you've already targeted. In order for you to qualify to win, you must have the realtor's name and the realtor's phone number, and they must be entered into a spreadsheet. So everybody now can start. The first person done who enters done into the chat box and can verify that they're done will get a $50 gift card. The second person who's done can get a $25 gift card. And the third person to come up with 10 new realtor targets gets a $10 gift card starting now. So I'm going to be quiet until I get 3 done, and then we'll jump into the next exercise where you can win even more money. And next week's webinar will be on how to mute your phone. Remember, when you get 10 in a spreadsheet, realtor name, realtor phone number, type done. Look at Dan Ayala trying to get a gift card if he already knows how to mute. Always working an angle, Dan. John, does that mean you're done? Okay, I just can't check my email without showing everybody. All right, so we've got a first place. So we've got a $25 gift card and a $10 gift card left. Hey, Taylor, would you real quick text me who the winners were of the contest?
Will do.
All right, Julia Henderson said done, and FCI admin. I don't know who that would be. Can you give me your name, FCI admin? And if that's you, Jackie, it doesn't count.
I would never do that.
Never. So I need to know who FCI admin is. Ah, Tina, got it. All right. Okay, so those are gone. I've got our gift cards down, and we will email those out to you guys as soon as we are done. I'm going to give you all about another minute of time to continue building your list. Trust me, when you see the next 2 slides, it will be well worth your time to continue working to 10, even though you didn't necessarily win one of the top 3 gift cards. So we're going to take, let's do 2 minutes instead of just 1. We'll give you another 2 minutes. Those of you that already have your 10, I would recommend you continue building your list even beyond 10. Unless, of course, you can think of a better way to get $864,000 in revenue in 2 years. All right, 1 minute left. Trust me, it'll be worth the investment of your time, just for the gift cards, not to mention the $864,000, which, if you add it to the month 1 through 12, is $1.3+ million over the next 24 months. All right, 30 more seconds. All right, 30 seconds is up, so let's jump on to exercise number 2. This is one where everyone can be a winner and where I would encourage you, please, please, please be sure that your audio to this webinar is muted. So this one is real simple. Now that you have your list, why don't we go ahead and start calling these realtors and see if they are able to meet with us in the next week. So we are going to take 7 minutes from up until 4:35 Eastern time to give you an opportunity to call realtors and see if you can set up a meeting or get a commitment to meet with you within the next week. Every time you get a commitment, enter that realtor's name into the chat box and you will get a $10 Amazon gift card. So now that you've got your list, go ahead and pick up a phone and start calling away. For every appointment commitment that you get with a realtor in the next 8 minutes, you will be able to get a $10 Amazon gift card. So we will end at 4:35 Eastern time, 8 minutes from now. And just for a little extra motivation, there's about $400 on the line on the next slide, having to do with the number of meetings that get set up. So if $10 doesn't light your fire, then 400 might. All you have to do when you book the appointment is type the realtor's name in the chat box. If you want the cheat sheet, there's a sample script, but you can use whatever you'd like. Oh, there's our first one. That didn't take too long. 2 minutes to book an appointment with a realtor. That's good work, John. There's another one. So if we take Tom or John and Katie's time and put them together in 6 minutes, we've got 2 appointments booked. There's number 3. Great job, Mike. There's number 4. Awesome, Lori. All right, I'll tell you what, we will extend it to 4:40. So we'll give you another 8 minutes to keep going. We've got 4. I've got a little more in my budget. We'll just keep going up until 4:40 Eastern time. There's number 5. Great job. Awesome. Number 6, number 7, 8. Lori's the first one to double up. Nice try, Michelle. Voicemails don't count. You got to follow up. There's 9, but that'll be worth it for you when you see the contest coming up, Michelle. Keep going. We've still got 6 more minutes. There's another one. Awesome, Julia. 5 more minutes. There's another. Good work. Well done, Terrell. Awesome, Chris. There's one more. Still have 4 minutes left. Two more just came in. Great job, Mike. Tina's killing it. Got people starting to double up now. Three more minutes. There's another double up. There's another one. Well done, Rodney. Two minutes. There you go, Rodney. Doubling up back to back. Nobody could even get in between those two. All right, we have 1 minute left, but I will give you guys the ability to extend it. If you want to post real quick the agenda, I've got 5 more minutes that we can spend doing this at $10 an appointment. If you don't want to do it, just type no. And if I get 5 no's, we'll stop doing it. If you do want to do it, just keep on calling. You don't need to type anything, and we'll go for another 5 minutes at $10. All right, there's our 5 no's. So we're going to move on to the next one. Everybody's ready for the big money. The principle here, guys, obviously that's not that difficult. And it's just something that you have to build into your schedule on a regular basis. But in a matter of minutes, we were able to begin identifying a significant number of opportunities and turning those opportunities into real appointments. So here is what I will leave you with before we wrap up today. This is the contest headed into next week, which will be for this week. So starting now, when we hang up on this session number 1, you have an opportunity to win a $200 or a $100 or a $50 Amazon gift card. So these gift cards will be rewarded for whichever person in this boot camp has the most realtor visits between now and noon next Monday, May 20th. It needs to be noon so I have time to tabulate the results. But whoever has the most number of realtor visits between now and noon on May 20th gets a $200 gift card. Whoever has the second most gets a $100 gift card. And whoever has the third most gets a $50 Amazon gift card. Now, the way that you get credit for a visit is all you need to do is visit this URL, and pay attention because it's a unique one, localmarketing.works. So localmarketing.works. And if you go to that website, you should see this, which is a realtor visit report. All you'll do is enter your email address, your name, the location's name, meaning your location, your franchise name, the name of the realtor, and just give us a sentence or two on the outcome of your meeting. So it is localmarketing.works, and you should end up at this form. I do know that sometimes Google Forms have an issue with some browsers. So if you get an error when you enter that into, let's just say, Explorer, you might want to try it in Chrome or Safari or a different browser. But all you have to do is every time you go and visit a realtor, just go to localmarketing.works and enter this information and you'll get credit. And then when we get back together for our call next time around, we will start by announcing who the winners of the $200, $100, and $50 Amazon gift cards were. So that said, before you wrap up, I wanted to let you know who won the gift cards from our amount guesses earlier. So Mike Killeen and John Lansbaum were the two that were the closest to the first amount of $400,000+ just in the first 12 months of doing this program. And then we had 6 people who got the second guess right of $864,000 in year 2 without doing any additional realtor recruitment. And that was Ryan Hartman, Shannon Mayagetto, Arlen Brady, Mike Killeen, Joe Secchi, and Joe Jordan. So guys, be looking for your email in the next couple hours, or I should say by tomorrow morning, for the gift cards. If you don't think you got credit for something you should have gotten credit for, just let me know, and I'm sure we'll be able to work it out. But again, the big contest is the one you see on the screen, which is between now and next Monday at noon, whoever can report the most number of realtor visits, because they will be the person over this week who has made the most progress toward the $864,000 in revenue in year 2, the $400,000+ in year 1, over $1.3 million in revenue from this single exercise if you get one realtor per month who can generate one job. So as we move forward, our next session will be next Monday, May 20th at 4 p.m. Eastern. We'll real quickly award the gift cards I just mentioned, but then we will move on to a second topic, very similar format to what we had today. Brief period of training, good solid period of exercises, and then a quick wrap up, and we'll move on to the next week. So thank you all so much for joining us. As always, please feel free to email us with any questions, and get out there and get those meetings with realtors so you can win one of the big gift cards we'll be giving away next week. Have a great afternoon. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.